Wow, I just learned something that changed my life. If I could teach you a tip that will reduce your anxiety, well, by at least 90%, would you listen? Well, listen up. The story is, I heard this from Rabbi Noam Wolfin, who was a former guru in India, and thank God, God touched him, and he's now kind of I don't know if we call it a guru, but a teacher of Hasidus and Jewish wisdom. So, what he taught me is that when we are born, we have a certain disadvantage. In fact, it's interesting because Rabbi Twersky, who wrote about 80 books and was all into self-esteem, says something quite similar. You know, the only human being, or the only animal, if you want to call it that is dependent for years and years, maybe 10 years, 20 years, on others is actually the human. An animal basically gets up and is, I don't know, kind of walking in 2 hours. Sometimes it's a full adult in a year or two. Now, dependence creates, according to him, an anxiety, or at least a fear. And the fear is that if the person that's giving to me won't give to me, then basically I'm screwed. And so that creates a certain compliance and a certain desire to please the people that are giving to you. Now, that is how many people live throughout their entire life, but it doesn't create a full confidence in oneself or in life, because you're always worried, maybe the person is going to be good to me, maybe they're not going to be good to me. I actually saw a very fascinating, quite a sad poll by a big research institute in Chicago, where they had asked people who they trust, and like 50% was they trusted their boss, which of course bosses can't be trusted. They're just, not in a negative way, but they're just using people to get a job done. If they didn't need the people, they would fire them. So, and the people that were writing, that did this poll, they said basically people don't have anyone to trust, so they're putting their trust on kind of the closest person that they feel that they can. And the reason we need this trust is actually, we need it to reduce our anxiety. The anxiety of living without, imagine being in the ocean and not having a boat, right? So you just hold on to anything because it gives you the sense of safety, even though that sense of safety isn't necessarily real, so you're not really getting the full benefit. What if I can give you a sense of safety in life and actually make you safe? What if the whole premise that we came into this world with was a lie in the first place? What if you were never dependent on your parents? What if it was God that gave everything? What if this world is like a video game? You came into the world, you didn't see the creator of the game, but meanwhile it was the creator of the game that gave you your parents. It was the creator of the game that gave you, let's say, the money that your parents had to take care of you. It was the creator of the game that is giving you your job. And he doesn't need anyone else. He can use any system. He can make anything happen. It's his game. So actually the one that you're dependent on is the creator of the game. And he can be relied upon forever.